Ladies and gentlemen, once again, welcome to Celebrity Cars, and you've checked in on this 1990 Volkswagen Cabriolet. I got to tell you, we get Lamborghinis in here, Ferraris, Camaros, Firebirds, Challengers, Porsches, and look what we have here. Every now and then we get a really old, really cool classic. 1990 Volkswagen Cabriolet, obviously custom. Super cool. It's in really great shape. Puts a smile on your face, especially when you're driving it, which you'll find out later. And it's not perfect, but man, what a neato car. You gotta hand it to it. Great build, great stance, great wheels, and really fair, nice condition. Beautiful white. There's not a whole lot to pick apart. It again has its quirks, but overall, shockingly, it's a super nice little car. So what you're doing here is, these days, you might not want to get on an airplane, you might not want to travel, you want to stay on your couch, you want to stay in your office, you're looking for a new toy, a new ride. And so the reason why I'm here and why I'm talking to you is because I'm your living, breathing condition report. 5-minute long videos don't cut it anymore when you're buying a car online. You've got to get up, you've got to invest the time to pinpoint where scratches, chips, abrasions, rust, any of those things, non-working parts, what works, what doesn't. And you don't have to worry about those things. So what I'm doing here at Celebrity Cars Las Vegas is trying to pinpoint these things, point them out for you, get the camera up close, and nitpick, if you will, tire kick, because maybe you think this is really cool and you want to take it home, but what does it really look like? So here we are. Without further ado, let's roll into the front end of the car. We can start up here on the hood. It's so nice to talk about. It's such beautiful white paint. There's a couple scratches that you only see if you get up really close. There's one here. It's a surface. I'll bet you any fancy detailer will get. I'll be saying that a lot here today. This car has not been full on detail, no buffing wheel, I didn't even use a clay bar on it. And if you hear the surface, it needs a clay bar. And look how shiny it is. This is a really nice car. I don't know when it was painted. I don't know a lot of specifics. You can find out those things in the description on the car at celebritycars.com. So engine size, miles, when was it painted, what kind of wheels are they? You can find all that out in our description along with this car. So I'm looking at a sea of really nice, pretty white paint on the hood. I'm also looking at a sea of beautiful white paint on the front bumper, where you'd expect to find road wear and chips and scratches, especially on a 1980 automobile. Doesn't matter what kind of 1980 automobile it will be. So this to me says that it might not have been painted that long ago. I don't smell any paint. It doesn't feel like it was just painted. It's just there are some hidden, embedded indentations in the paint. But again, my face now is a whopping 11 inches from the car, and now is the only time I've been able to see them. If we stand up or the camera goes up real quickly, you don't see any of these things. But that's the reason why I'm here. If you got on a plane and you came here, you'd see these. I want to let you know what you'd see if you were here. So one more trip down below. Thank you, cameraman. We're going to go hunker down all the way down here on the bottom. This does look freshly sprayed. It's a little rough. There's barely any road wear. It is all very fair. It is not smooth paint. It's just white down here. I would presume that maybe this piece were black at one point. I don't know. But it's all tastefully painted. I don't feel anything's hidden. This is all a sturdy piece. It's not getting ready to fall off. It hasn't been rubbed up against the curb. It's an okay condition. I'm just gonna say that. Now, since we're down here, I can see a small split down here on the lower portion of the front bumper. It's really hard to see. There's some indentations in the paint right there, and all the way across, really maybe some small indentations but I mean, I'm done picking this front bumper apart. Again, I'd want you, if I were here to buy the car, I'd want to see those things, but I don't need to look at it anymore. I would give it a thumbs up because, boy, a 1980 Cabriolet, this isn't a $100,000 car. This is something that you can hop in and drive and have fun with right away. These lenses up front are in excellent condition. There's no cracks or breaks in them. Obviously, these headlights have been upgraded. I'm sure they work fine. They're very attractive here in the front. Just some nice touches here. But the overall condition, even this black front grille is in amazing shape. There aren't any road wear, chips, or chunks sticking out of it. It almost looks new, if I may say. It's not, but it looks it. And over here, these lenses look excellent as well. No cracks or bumps. I see a small little mark down there, hidden, but now I'm just digging and looking for things, and I really shouldn't be doing that. But if you're interested in this car, you respect what I'm doing. Let's work our way down the passenger side of the car. Again, we're going off of paint condition down here. There was a small chipping down here that was painted over with some white paint very tastefully. This all seems to match, you know, as good as it could be. Body panel wise, this is all nice white paint. This all is very smooth. We're going to get back to these pieces in just a moment. We're going to finish off the side of the car and then we're going to talk about this. Okay, I see beautiful white paint. Some dirt. More beautiful white paint. I'm not positive if this white paint matches this white paint, but I'm standing right here, literally inches away, and it's really difficult to tell. So therefore, I give this a thumbs up as well, because it's nice. It's surprisingly nice. This is a 1990 Volkswagen Cabriolet. I don't know. It's difficult to find one of this nice. My eyes are working all the way down as I'm talking to you and the camera's following. I barely see any road wear. I'm sure there's some. If I get down here really close, I could see some little black specks, but I mean, geez. I'm not even sure you'd see those if you were here. Let's work our way back up the door. We've got a little nick right here that I want to point out. There's a small abrasion in the paint right there, but this is something that definitely needs to get pointed out. We'll back up there, and then also, I did see one here as well on the upper portion of the car. We've gone over the hood and the paint, but I just noticed this as we were walking by. Small crack right here. Again, folks, I'm being very, very picky. I hope you appreciate the coverage. Let's continue all the way down the rest of the side of the paint here. Looks like there's a really small abrasion right there. Right here would take some polish, and whatever abrasion might be right there would be removed. And again, I've got a bunch of beautiful white paint, ladies and gentlemen. The reflector, awesome bright orange. I mean, some of these pieces have obviously been replaced with some shinier ones, and it looks fabulous. Now, let's talk about this black strip down the side. I don't know if this belongs on here or not, but I'm going to tell you that the condition of this is really sharp. All the way down the car. I've already did this earlier. On the other side of the car, it looks just as nice, but there's a little separation between the door and the strip itself, and we'll get to that when we get over there. Let's finish up over here though, shall we? The glass, surprisingly nice. This side view mirror, it could have been resprayed, but man, I don't know. It's just nice black paint and in great shape. Down the sides here, there's a gasket going down the side of this door that is a little worn. It's such great color that it's difficult to see, but it's a little worn and it's a little dry. But geez, it's nice. It's okay. And along here, this is a little dried up and worn along here as well. I'm sure this is just about as 100% normal as possible. Okay, let's not dabble into the interior. Let's not get carried away. Let's walk ourselves around back. I'm gonna spin the car while we're talking, because this car is particularly easy to do. I'll meet you over there. And let's address the rear end of the car, and then we'll tackle the passenger side that I was referring to earlier. Or, yeah, driver's side. We've yet to go down the driver's side. We did the passenger side. Sorry, spin the car around, get myself confused. Okay, rear bumper. I'm looking with you. Haven't had a chance to focus on this rear bumper. I'd like to compare it to the front bumper. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Really itty bitty, if anything, road wear. I don't see any. I'm going to come down here, look at this section. Any hidden gems? And I see none. And then I'm going to go down here to this lower valance down here. Obviously respray, ladies and gentlemen, down here at some point, but you'd expect to find drips of paint. You know, you just would. And there aren't any drips of paint. So, in other words, from what you're seeing, honestly, is what I'm seeing. There's been a respray down here of white paint. It all matches. It all looks great, and it was done somewhat professionally, I would presume, because it just, you'd expect a lot more non-care when it came to a car like this. And this car has been loved. I could see it. It's really nice, and boy, it's ready to go home to a new owner. That's for sure. It's in super shape. I'm babbling a lot here because I hope you appreciate that this is just such a nice car. Kind of shouldn't be, but it is. The whole back of the car here, all of this, it's great white paint. It doesn't look like it was painted yesterday. There's a small, I don't even know if this is maybe some dirt, and it would come off. I'm gonna call these some minor rubbing abrasion here. I don't know how this happened. I never noticed it until now, until about 8 seconds ago. So again, if we stood up like normal human beings and we look down at the back of the car, the only portion that you see is there. This is the other part that I just showed you, as if you were sitting on the ground and looking up. This is also up about 5 inches off the floor. We were down on the floor looking up at the back of it. I want you to see all of it anyway, but I also want you to observe right now from this point that it's you really can't see any of that abrasion down there. All this is nice white paint. It's all solid. It's all metal. The tail lights are all intact. The emblems, slight wear, but beautiful red. Maybe a slight fading in this tail light, but I think if I got some polish out, it would shine it up really nice. The exhaust pipes coming out of the back of the car down here, it's nice and clean. It's not overly chromed. It's just a tasteful build here, a tasteful upgrade from a normal Cabriolet. Going to move ourselves down the driver's side here, starting from the back. And once again, I find myself looking at some really nice lineup of body panels for a car like this. These extra skirts on the side, their connectivity to the rest of the car is very fair. And I see nothing but really nice white paint. Down here, the body moldings. I'm gonna take this the rest of the way down with my fingers. I feel this is just really nice paint. There's a small scratch here, I would presume, from getting it out of the car, but I'd bet that comes up with some a small amount of polish as well. And nice and white all the way down. No road wear. I'm wiping it off. Sorry for the hesitation. Just wanted to see if that will wipe off of my finger. This is all dirt. Once again, I'm not finding any big white paint drips. There's nothing that it's just it's all done really well. This little sill down here, maybe a hair bit of road wear along here, but really not really. That might be a small chip right there, all the way down at the bottom of the car. Another small chip right there, but they're so super small. How white this car is blinding out in the sunlight. You'd never see those things. This might be a really small road wear. Boy, just again, I'm talking sea of white paint. Anything that I see along here that I picked out in the last couple of minutes, I'm sure with a really good fancy detail, those things would disappear. Right here, this is dirt. This body panel along here, I see a little chipping of paint along this body, but while we're here focusing on this, look at this seam here. It's wonderful. Sorry about the chip, I feel bad. We got 2 little chips right here. I feel bad. Hopefully some polish and some touch-up paint would clean those up really well. And you've got like an incredibly fine appearing looking automobile. The reflectors once again. Now, back to this stripe down the side. This is a different kind of material. It almost feels leathery. I'm not really sure what this is made out of. It could just be plastic. I'm not really sure. There's a small chunk taken out of right here. And then as we work our way down the car, you can see how this has kind of pulled itself away from the car. I don't know what has caused that. It could be just a little force here and snap in, but your local body shop guy could flush that right back up and probably repair that little section down there as well. The door handle is in super shape. Here's the sills we talked about on the passenger side. These, there's a little worn piece here. There should be that black all the way across. A little chip broke off of it. This just kind of feels like a film along here. This is minor, but it's there. Got some wax in the crevices here. I think that's what that is, wax, or maybe it's some paint that didn't make it. Not really sure. But this is nice and black. If you could come on over here, there's a little bit of white and this crack right here. I haven't figured out if that's wax or some leftover old white paint. I don't know the answer to that. A little separation of you know, some gaskets here might be a little loose, but this glass is in beautiful shape. If we have not talked about the windshield yet, which I don't believe we have, the windshield is also in super shape. Little to no road wear I can see at all. Windshield wipers, they're here and they're intact. They're firmly in, we're good. And if you could look down the whole top of the dashboard, it's in beautiful shape. Almost showroom floor. I barely see anywhere. There might be a hair of wear starting right here, but I'm being really picky. I'm not even going to point it out anymore. Here's your VIN number down here. And look at that, right next to the VIN number, we have a really small crack right there. And there's a really small chip right here on the hood. Super small. We're going to back up the camera here, and you can see how small these little things we're talking about are. We haven't talked wheels at all, and we went all the way around the car. I'm pretty sure these wheels are in fine shape. They look brand new. They look excellent on the car. The tires are in nice shape. You can hang out here. I'll let you know if I find out any chips or anything like that. But each one of these wheels, I don't see any curb rash. They're nice and smooth all the way around. The tires look fantastic. I don't see any cracking in the tires. Looks great. And we will put the top up before we're finished. But while the top is down, I think we've gone over sufficiently all the surfaces of the car. We can look up here real quick. This has not been cleaned. Here we go. See, there's some honesty in the fact right here. This has not been cleaned. It hasn't been treated. And if you look at my fingers really well, you can see that there's still moisture in here. There's still play in here. This isn't getting ready to crack and fall apart. Again, another surprising feature all the way across here. While we're here, we can look at the top of the visors. I'm sure this looks worse on camera, but this is actually, again, filled with moisture. It's white on this side. We'll look at that once we get in the car. But this, I think it just needs some, you know, shine, some shine gel, some shine up stuff, because they seem to be all in one piece and not falling apart. Just a little on the used side. I won't even say the word dirty. It's a little dusty. Okay, let's open the driver's side door. Get a good look inside those door jambs. Looks like we have some original paint in there. By chance this car were painted, which is not shocking. And there's the original door jambs, the original paint. Some original birth certificate identification in there. And let's look at your driver's cockpit, driver's seat, dashboard. What would it look like hopping in? There you have it. I'm sure with some bleach white and a good sponge, the seats could clean up a little bit more. Cannot guarantee that, but I would think we'd be able to get all of this a hair bit more white, carefully done by your professional detailer. But other than that, as it stands right now, this is the current condition. Now, I'm not really sure how it looks on film. They are not brilliant white. They are not terribly dirty. They're right in between, very average condition of these seats. It's hard to keep white seats together, and it just, I think, needs a little extra cleaning. It's all in great shape. I don't see any splits in the interior. Potentially resurfaced, don't know, but it's all one piece. It's very comfortable to sit. I've driven this car. We're going to drive it later together. It is, again, it is one of those rare cars that instantly put a smile on your face, no matter what kind of car you spend a lot of time in and drive. You know, whether it be Ferraris or muscle cars. This car just puts a smile on your face. The doors, the condition of the doors, that white leather there as well, just a hair dirty. Could probably clean up some. Cannot guarantee it's going to be a bright white as the rest of the car, but they're really generally in great shape. The whole condition of the door is in great shape. You know, hunker down in here under the dashboard and the steering wheel. We have a cover over the steering wheel. I don't know the condition of it underneath there, but we're going to leave that alone. We've seen the top of the dashboard, and we'll let you get in there. And although we have pictures on our website, get you a little closer here live via video, so you can see the texture of the material in there, the condition of the plastic, and so on and so forth. Been in there a couple times. All of it really looks nice. I'm going to hop in real quick just to verify. This has it's a little setup with apparently some audio. There's a speaker here for you to go hands-free. There's a fasten seatbelt lights over here. Some of the writing is a little faded, understandably so, and the plastic film in front of the gauges here and such is a hair faded as well. But no scratches, no gouges, jagged edges. Everything seems to look really nice. These hazard buttons, the air conditioning buttons, all very nice and clear, all good color. Aftermarket radio. The vents need a little bit of a cleaning, but none of them are broken. I do know the windows go up and down, so we're good there. Some additional gauges down here that will make sure work. The clock is working as we sit here. And again, this the whole dashboard here is really nice. I do see a small chip gash out of this dashboard here. See that? I'm going to stick my finger in here and try and shove it down underneath it. No, it doesn't work. Okay, see that? That's just the way it is, folks. Hopefully an easy fix for someone. And looks like we've got a cigarette lighter down here, an ashtray, don't smoke. Inside the door jambs are average. We'll look at the console and the shifter once we get in over on the passenger side. Well, let's dive down into the back seat here. We just keep going. We got a little bit of cleaning to do here. I don't believe this is stained forever. I just think it needs some cleaning. We've had the top up for a while, so we didn't really know that that was there. Looking across the way, you see the white door paneling in there. I'm looking down at this one here. We can do a quick shot once we get over on that side. Once again, it's the exact same white average condition this interior's got. Just it's a little dirty, needs a little extra love. It will be a minor time-consuming job to get it in detail. These back seats, loads of moisture. They look great. The cushions feel good. One of the other reasons why when you get in the driver's seat, if it's very firm, also helps for some reason put a smile on your face realizing you're driving this down the road. Here's the convertible top, the underside of the convertible top. The white is in the exact same condition as the rest of the car. Grab a toothbrush and a good clean rag. Scrub, wipe. You probably have a brilliant white interior in this car. Could talk about that for a while, but we won't. Now, these back windows, this is how far they go down. That's just it, and they go back up. These windows work good. I've already checked both sides earlier. And if you could open the passenger side door, where we can come down and obviously look at the passenger side seat. But the park brake mechanism is down here. There's a hole in the carpet around where the park brake was. You can kind of just sort of look straight down. Yeah, that'll do it. Nobody sees down there, but I'm just letting you know that that's down there. The park brake works good. This all works good. You pull in this little button right here, shifts into gear effortlessly. So you get a good look at that passenger side seat. Now we have a roll bar up here we should speak about. And the only thing we should speak about is that it's on there. It's not going anywhere, if that matters to you at all. Nice and solid. Took a look at the gasket up here while I'm standing here. All that looks good. The little vanity mirror needs a little clean. And yeah, once again, the same condition of all the white. Okay, so that window's down. This window's down. The driver's window is down. We've looked at just about everything. I'm going to give this a whirl while the camera's here. All right, we're putting the top back up. Or we're putting the top up for the first time. It is a manual top. There's some levers down there that you need to compress in order to get the top to go back up. And we're latching in both sides. Latched in, visor up, visor up. All right, let's see what we did. If I could dare say that this top is almost as if in new condition. It's loaded with moisture. I can feel it in my hands. And it's a brilliant black. It's I know it's not a Ferrari or Camaro, folks, but I'm shocking. Okay? It's too nice for this car. I do see some watermarks in this rear glass. Now, watermarks require some good fine glass polish, and those watermarks would come out. There's no cracks in any of this glass. It's there's a little scratch right here if I really want to be nitpicky. But yeah, we got some watermarks there that need to be addressed from inside and out. But other than that, this top is in fabulous shape. I'm going to hop in real quick and put up all the windows so we can do a quick little walk around as it's all sealed up. Driver's side window, passenger side window all the way up. I'm going to roll up this back window. It's still kind of cold. I started it up just a moment ago. We are in neutral. My foot's on the brake. I just backed it up out of the showroom. I'm going to put my foot, we're at a wonderful idle right now. I'm going to take my foot off the brake, as a matter of fact. I'm going to rev it for just a moment. Nice and clear. I don't see any smoke coming out of the back. I don't hear any lifter knocking. My foot's on the brake. Going to engage drive. Off we go. My foot's on the gas. Small vibrations, sounds from the back. You know, it's not warmed up yet. My power window over here on the driver's side goes up very nicely, all the way up. Let's check it. Oh, can't do the passenger side. You're hooked up to that, but I'm sure that works nicely from what I remember and understand. I'm going to shut up so you can hear the motor. My foot's on the brake for the first time. We're doing about 25 miles an hour. Brake pedal feels good. There's no wobble on the brake pedal. I can already tell that there's the fancy wheels and tires are all very straight. This is a very smooth ride. My foot's off the brake. Back on the gas pedal. Once again, there's just a small little, could be a loose bumper, could be any. It's a normal sound that this car would make. How's that? Okay, my foot's back on the brake. I'm gonna make a right-hand turn. I'm gonna stay here in the parking lot today. My foot's back on the accelerator. So at acceleration, there's that odd noise in the back. And it's not a mechanical thing. It's just a body part that, this day and age of car would have. But listen to this cruising along. It's a kind of a bumpy ride. It's really nice and smooth. There's no rattling going on in here. I dig it. Foot's on the brake. Again, nice and smooth. Great idle. And also, once again, remember, this was a cold start. I think you can hear and appreciate that little vibration coming from back there upon acceleration. Okay. My foot's back on the brake. Let's see if we can get some air conditioning going on in here. Let's test this out. Little air vents going on. We'll give that a moment to wake up. Once again, I think the passenger window works just fine. Glove box, books and records in here. My temperature is about 180. The clock still works down here. It's a quartz watch. Oil pressure looks terrific. The oil pressure gauge works. I'm not sure if the gas gauge works or not. The speedometer and RPM gauge, let's give it a gas pedal here. Yep, we have RPM gauge and we have speedometer, works good too. Shift's great, folks. It'd be pretty hard to find another nice one of these. Turns super nice, turning radius is great. Except for that little vibration in the back upon acceleration, that's the only little problem I have. Other than that, this is an excellent form of rare and not commonly seen anymore transportation. Air conditioning. Got a little bit of coolness going on, but not a ton of it. We'll see what we can do to get it charged up. Yeah, it actually is kind of sort of cool, okay? Again, we're talking what year this is and what kind of car it is and how much money and so on and so forth. This is a great car. It looks terrific in here. Hope you like it. Have any questions, give us a buzz.